Alright, hey guys, thanks so much for clicking this video. We're going to jump right into it, and this video is one that I've been wanting to make for probably a little bit now, and I finally decided to because I've had a few folks reach out to me saying, hey, you got a ton of AKs. Where are the M4s? Where are the American style, rifles and stuff like that? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking as far as building my collection on that side, but that's in the works, I would say. But AKs are one of my favorite replicas as far as the Airsoft world goes, and as you guys can see, I have a few behind me, and then I have a couple on the wall here, which I'm going to talk through and explain why I like AKs, why I picked these specific variants, and what's the next step as far as my AK collection goes. So, I definitely want to more so share, one of my, I would say favorite rifle, like I guess variants you would say, and kind of talk through, again, why I went with these. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Russian blood that I have. Being, of course, Russian, maybe that's one of the reasons why instinctively I continue to buy AKs, whether it's an AEG, gas-powered. I have yet to have a spring-powered AK. I don't know if I'm ever going to approach that, but I do like my realism, so AEG or GBBRs are going to be the way to go for me if I do get any more variants. But here's one that is certainly one of my favorites, and it has a probably several reasons as to why I got it. So this one's going to be the Wii AK74 UN Open Bolt GBBR, and the reason why I like this one is because I'm a fan of Wii. Wii AK is one of those brands that I feel adds quite a lot of realism when they build their guns. Now, they are, of course, notorious for having a lot of failures, but again, I look at a lot of those as being lemons, possibly having some defects causing that widespread issue. I mean, for reference, this thing is 7 years old now. I got it in 2014. It is 2021 now. I don't know how many thousands of rounds I put through this thing, but I mean, it's beat up. I mean, I got scratches all over it. This thing is starting to rust in some places. It's got just markings from my my sling here, which, by the way, this is an authentic Soviet sling from Ukraine. So this is the real deal. The added realism of the open bolt system is a huge plus of mine. The fact that it's gas powered, it's loud, it recoils really hard for an airsoft gun, and again, just the realism of it is amazing. It has really nice weight to it, very solid build in my opinion, and again, you could change out the furniture. I changed it from the plastic to the wood, and it just gives it that much more of an authentic feel to it. So this one again was a huge favorite of mine just for those reasons, but let's get into some of the other ones and let's talk through why they're on my wall of favorites. Alright, next one up, and I'm not even going to lie, this thing is pretty heavy. This is the KWA AK74M. This one to me is also one that's super old. It's also, I think, 7 years old or so. I've had it for quite a while now. Can't beat the outmatched performance of KWA. They build some good stuff. It lasts a while. I've had my fair share of hiccups with this one though. It locks up a lot even after I oil it up, grease all the parts that have that friction. Sometimes it just has its moments. You just got to smack it and then it works. Almost like a real AK. It's kind of weird. But anyway, you find your areas of your gun where you hit it and it works fine. I have mine with this one. The AK74 is another variant that I really love because, again, the style of it. I honestly like the 74 better than the 47. Again, I like the magazine. It's really nice, and again, with this one in general too, the body style is really nice. They did a really great job with replicating it. I would say maybe the downside of this one, if I had one, would be just the plastic furniture, because this one is, again, more not really even tactical. It doesn't even have any rails or anything, but I would definitely have one on my wish list that has the wooden furniture, and I actually have one in mind. It's the Wii AK, hint hint, that I'm looking to hopefully get soon. And then, of course, you can't go wrong with a grenade launcher attachment. This one is, I think, Lancer Tactical, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they discontinued it. I'm pretty sure it's like D-Boy's clone, I don't even recall, because I've had this thing for a long time as well. And you know, you can see your shell right there, and this probably adds an extra 5 or 6 pounds just to the front of the gun. So like I said, I'm getting a shoulder workout just by holding this thing. But again, the realism of the field strip is awesome. I mean, you field strip it like you're field stripping an AK, a real one. It's the same thing that, you know, I would say for my Wii AK74, the field strip is another satisfying piece of it. But the fact that you can have a combo like this is just awesome, and especially in the airsoft world, it's super intimidating for players to see you with this combo, and especially if you know how to use it well, that's where you're definitely going to be one intimidating player as far as your battlefield or wherever it is that you're scrimmaging. Again, I have another sling on here. This one's also a authentic Soviet Ukraine sling that came from Ukraine, and again, back then it was all kind of under one government, so they all manufactured these across the entire Soviet Union, so it doesn't really matter where it came from. It's all part of the Soviet, I guess, era. But yeah, this one's awesome, and again, some of my favorites of it is just the fact that you can mount this awesome grenade launcher on it. Build quality essentially is awesome, and just the design. Again, the design is historic, and it's one that I really like. Of course, this wouldn't be a true AK video without an RPK. So obviously it's in the same family, and funny story behind this one is I'm a huge Call of Duty Zombies fan, and I have been for years, since the original World at War. So just playing of those games and playing Black Ops, where the RPK basically was the first Call of Duty that I remember playing that had that gun, it drew me to it. The intense magazine size, the just amazing firepower, the drum magazine, which I'll show that in a moment, you know, it just looked cool. And to me, I was like, I need to have it in an airsoft version. And again, the SEMA CM052 model, this one is, fulfilled that wish, and I'm totally happy because this thing is just insane. Again, you got the bipod, this thing is all metal, got wooden furniture, so literally just like they walk around in Call of Duty with this thing flopping around, killing zombies, just like that. And again, it brings some nostalgia my way, and I truly enjoy that, so hence why I decided to pick up one of these. And again, the gigantic magazines are just super crazy. You can even just tape these things together and just do kind of the old school Soviet Army magazine flip when you're reloading these things. So this one actually is an AEG, so a little bit different from the green gas variants that I have been showing. So I do have a few of these in electric format. And again, this thing is just awesome. It's very big, probably for the ones that have the longer arms that are more kind of stout and more built, because this thing is heavy. You know, if you're going to be running around the field with this thing, you are going to be tired. I'm not by any means a muscular guy, at least I'm not like I used to be, so even holding this thing here for just a few minutes and kind of throwing it around, I'm already like, man, my arm's getting a little sore. But that's probably because I've been carrying the other AK with the grenade launcher as well. But again, this thing is awesome, and again, I enjoy this one, and I chose this one because, first of all, it's kind of a relic in my somewhat, I guess, childhood, you would say, because that's probably my early teenage years when I played Black Ops and kind of fell in love with this gun. The added realism too for an AEG to have somewhat of a traveling bolt carrier is pretty nice too, and again, it's very well built. SEMA's always been another one that I rocked with as far as AEG goes, so yeah, you know, it's one of those I just had to have, so definitely can't go wrong with an RPK. And like I said, auto wind and drum mag, you cannot go wrong. You want to decimate the playing field? There you go, with 2,500 rounds of non-stop fun. This thing's pretty sweet too, because you got that winding button. You could literally just tape that thing down or hold it, and you're just going until the battery dies or this thing jams, one or the other. The nice thing too with this magazine is it is compatible with another SEMA AK that I have that I'm going to show. And again, I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I keep looking at my screen for some reason, so if my eyes are kind of wandering, apologize. And last but not least, you gotta have the AK-47. I mean, this is where it all started. All those variants I showed you, this is the grandfather. This is where it all came from. Good old Mikhail Kalashnikov. Gotta thank the guy. I got my little Soviet emblem badge there. And disregard the birdcage flash hider from my one of my M4s or M16s. I don't remember where it came off of, but I just had it there as a resting piece because I didn't know where to put it. Anyway, this thing was probably one of my first or second AEGs actually. This is my second AEG that I got that was more kind of a professional grade, more durable and a lot nicer. So this is the SEMA CM048. This one has the electric blowback feature to it. This is an AEG and nothing more, honestly. It's extremely accurate. Even my father, he loves AKs as well. He was just blown away by how accurate this thing was when we were just doing some plinking in the backyard with some paper targets and cans, etc. You know, this is one of those things that just is outstanding. It's a great gun. This is another one where it's super old and it still works great. I even weathered it down too. I just literally took just some sandpaper and just started sandpapering some things to give it that rustic feel, because I just cannot have a new AK. It needs to be battle worn. It needs to be used. Obviously now it's got some years behind it, so that put its own, you know, dents or, you know, markings on it. But, you know, the added realism to, you know, cosmetic features like that certainly just gives it more of that aesthetic, I guess, pleasingness to me. So again, can't go wrong with it. I even etched some you know, some Soviet symbols on this thing when I got bored, just to give it that authentic look. I don't know, soldiers I'm sure are bored and probably etched things on their guns during the war, so I figured, why not? Let's etch some cool stuff on this thing. So yeah, again, this thing's awesome, and like I said, it could take drum magazines as well, so even better if you wanted to go crazy with this, put a drum mag on an AK-47. This thing can also take the giant magazines as well from the RPK. It's not a clean lock. I have to actually lock it in a little bit, but it looks a little ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. But hey, if you wanted it to work, that's the nice thing with SEMA products, is they go together hand in hand very well with no issues. But again, that's my AKs right there, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was certainly a fun one to make. Even just talking about these guns just brings back some great memories because I've had a lot of them for so long. I'm looking to actually add more as far as my collection goes. There's just a couple different variants that I'm looking for. One of them with the foldable stock, not the AK74, but an actual like the Romanian AK style with that foldable metal stock, skeleton stock. And then of course I am looking for an AK74 that's GBB with wooden furniture, which the Wii model or GHK is on my list. But man, those are pricey, coming up like $400 or $500. Trying to mentally prepare myself if I want to invest that much money in one gun. But again, it's going to happen because my need for that continues to grow stronger and stronger because I've been looking at them for a while. So hopefully in the near future, guys. But thanks again for watching.